Welcome to the Collaborative Resource Hub by Wellness Provisions. I'm Amy McBride, owner of Wellness Provisions, the most badass wellness business. You're tuning in to the Delay Dying Blog podcast edition because who wants to read when you can have someone read to you? Unless you like using your eyeballs. Then catch every single essay over on the website. Just select ones, make it to the podcast. And if you're the pill popping type, no supplements, then Welly P has you covered. We supply rock and rollers with high quality supplements. We're a trustworthy place to go where you can essentially shop blindfolded. Last but not least, my legal disclaimer: nothing in this essay or the Collaborative Resource Hub substitutes medical advice. Please connect with your GP if you need medical guidance. These are my essays, my take on all things wellness, written to educate and inspire. Enjoy today's essay. Self-doubt or tacos, which would you pick? If you could only partake in one of those for the rest of your life, which would it be? Tacos, right? Because tacos are awesome, or because self-doubt is supremely lame and unnecessary? Trick question, both suggested answers are right. Tacos are delicious, especially the Mexican street tacos that are tiny and simple and just have the protein, onion, and cilantro. And because self-doubt is the stupidest thing ever. Self-inflicted garbage we use on ourselves to hold ourselves back, that's just as dumb as a life without tacos. So, now that we've established that tacos clearly rule and doubting yourself is super silly, what's a person to do? I suggest you set this essay down for a moment to go get some Mexican food and then read the rest while you're eating. First off, self-doubt is normal in small increments from time to time. But when you leave it unchecked, it can manifest into bigger problems like anxiety, depression, low self-esteem that may go on to hold you back from being the most badass version of yourself and quite possibly accompany you down a path that is full of less than decisions. A nice way of saying terrible choices. Screw that. So, in this essay, we're going to dig into why we experience self-doubt in the first place, then how to stop letting it define you, and work towards getting over it. How did we get here? Likely from screwed up parents or adults who were in our lives when we were kids. Doesn't everything stem from childhood? Maybe your coach blasted you with negativity as a way to fuel you up and motivate you. Except that isn't what you respond to. So instead, here we are feeling damaged. Or maybe your parents were frequently disappointed in you and expressed it with hurtful words because they themselves had unchecked trauma and took it out on you. And who responds well to that? Then you get into your later school years, surrounded by kids projecting confidence, likely as a way to mask their own insecurities and unhappiness, but you didn't know that at the time, and feel like you aren't cool enough or smart enough or attractive enough. And your self-doubt just sets up camp, builds a cabin, and claims squatters' rights. Honestly, how you got here, while a bit helpful to understand, isn't really the point anymore. The point is you have value. You are worth way more than you're letting yourself believe, and you can do whatever the fuck you want in your life. I mean, unless you want to be the president and you never went to law school and you're like in your 40s now, that likely isn't going to happen. But instead of pulling out a microscope to analyze your DNA and who said what to make you feel insecure, accept that you're insecure. Accept that you doubt your worth and your ability to make choices, and decide you want to feel better and you want a better life. You deserve a better life. So let's jump to the next section of this essay. How to move beyond it. Spoiler alert, you have a choice. Realize that you have a choice in self-doubt, even if it can be traced back to hurtful words that stung you as a kid. You're an adult now. You can draw a line in the sand. Sure, the ocean may go high tide on you and the waves will wash away the line, but low tide will return and you'll be able to draw that line again. The point is, you can decide what you want to carry within you and what you want to let go of now that you're old enough and aware enough to make that choice. So now that you've decided you don't want to feel held back or like garbage, how can you move beyond self-doubt? Well, for starters, you and I can work together and I can guide you through the process so you can get the most out of it and really work on your self-growth. You can also realize you're human, and so is everyone else. And we all make bad choices sometimes or screw up sometimes. Make a list of the people close to you who you often consider better than you, and jot down 3 things for each person that illustrate they're human. What have you observed when you really sit and think about it that was questionable? Realize they're not as perfect as you thought they were. Realize you have achieved things in your life. Whether they've been awards, positive feedback, good things unfolding for you, they're there. Make a list of 10 things you've accomplished or done well, and then put that list on your fridge like a first grader's artwork, because yes, it is that special. Delve into PMA. Having a positive mental attitude will shift your life more than you could ever imagine. When you catch negative thoughts, ask yourself if it's true in like a complete sentence. Really challenge yourself like you would an outsider. Then recall your list of achievements and remember that progress with anything takes time. No lie. No one is a smashing success overnight. Everyone successful had a build-up, often years in the making, that you weren't privy to. Remember that it took a long time to become who you are, self-doubt and all. So have patience in the time it takes to diminish that self-doubt and rebuild your strength. Dial in on your values. What really drives your decision-making as an individual, and figure out your greater purpose. And when moments get icky with questioning your worth or you're feeling criticized, connect to your values and purpose and realize that's where the good stuff is. That's the treasure chest. That's all that matters. No one person's passing comment. And if it's not a passing comment and you keep hearing it from that person, then you need to take an inventory of your friends and family and who you surround yourself with and make some changes, because blood aside, you matter the most and your sanity matters. So if they're not supportive of you, move beyond them and break the cycle. It's also worth noting that if the comment continues to come about, you may also need to do some self-reflection and see if there is truth in what they are saying. Phew, okay, so how are you feeling now? This got pretty heavy here, didn't it? Good thing we've had tacos the whole time to keep things a little light. Tacos never question themselves, do they? They don't try to be burritos or hate themselves and wonder why they're not arepas or even taquitos, do they? No, because they're a motherfucking taco. Tacos rule. If you need any support or guidance on your journey to be the best taco you can be, reach out to me. As a wellness coach, I can help you with identifying as an untouchable taco who takes no prisoners, or as an incredible human who doesn't need to be limited by self-doubt any longer. Over and out, Amy McBride.
My life was a mess until I met